Zombies are the ones who have passed, corpse, and are brought back to life. The individuals who perform these acts through magic in Haiti are known as bokors, and they do it through a magic known as vodou, voodoo. Some followers of vodou state that zombification and vodou are not alike, since vodou does not believe in killing people. Allah Subhanahu Wa'Tala knows best. Vodou originated in the 1600s in Haiti as a religion to bring enslaved Africans together. It was based on some West African traditional religions. Vodou is said to have over 1,000 Iwa spirits that are divided into 17 groups. Rada and Petwo are considered the two most important to some of the followers of this belief system. Haitian Voodoo, one of the strongest Vodou in the world, has many stories about bringing the dead back to life, zombification. The sorcerers, bokors, who perform this act are well versed in Vodou magic. Bokors are said to be chosen from birth and are believed to have great powers. With these powers, they are said to be able to do good and bad through their magical system, which also can be their religion known as Vodou. Vodou is also religion. Zombification can be done either on the dead or living. When done on the living, the bokor may call upon the spirit known as Baron Samedi, who in the Vodou religions is said to be master of the dead and the giver of life. Astaghfirullah. Bokors will call upon him as a part of their ritual. In some cases of zombification, a substance known as coup de poudre, which is a mixture of various herbs, human remains and animal parts, is used on the victim to cause death. Once the powder has been administered to the target via injections, oral indigestion, or even through a dart, the person will fall ill and soon die. Once the target has been buried, the bokor will retrieve the body from the grave and bring it back to life using various herbs and rituals and make the zombie his, her, slave. This method of zombification on the living has been ruled out by various medical experts as false, since the coup de poudre contains neurotoxins and paralyzing agents that greatly reduces one's heart rate and pulse, making the victim seem as they have passed away, when in fact they have not, hence why the bokor retrieves their body soon after it is buried and then revives it with other herbs. Unfortunately, coup de poudre may not always be used. According to some bokors, they can kill an individual without even needing to know where they live. After performing such a magical ritual, bokors state they have trapped the soul of their victim and placed it in a black bottle or a clay jar through various dark magical rituals. Once the bokor has gotten hold of the deceased body, it is then they bring it back to life and use it as a zombie servant. Bringing back the dead back to life that have died of natural causes is also something practitioners of Haitian Voodoo have claimed to be able to do. A few of these incidents have been studied by medical practitioners, yet they always seem to lead back to the victim being in contact with a bokor or someone who wanted them dead, who most likely used coup de poudre on them without the victim knowing. Because as mentioned earlier, coup de poudre works when ingested or injected, but also when applied to the skin on an open wound which causes a deep paralyzation, making it seem as the victim has died of a heart attack or even old age, if used on someone elderly, when they were actually in a deep state of paralysis. The main use of zombies in Haiti is for hard labor, working on a farm, plantation, and doing heavy manual labor. It is said these zombie individuals do not know who they are, remember their past, or where they are from. All these symptoms are also side effects of neurotoxins that are found in some of the ingredients used by various Vodou practitioners. Black magic can also be used to control individuals to a certain extent, but when combined with powerful neurotoxins, it may be possible to make it seem like the victim is a zombie, when in fact, they are a victim of drugging combined with black magic, which certainly doesn't make the situation any better. There have been stories of these zombie individuals who escaped from the one keeping them captive because they were killed and only remembering bits and pieces of working on plantations, and as time went on, they regained parts of their memory, but not completely. As scary as it may sound, this is a symptom of repeated abuse, drugging of neurotoxins, bringing back the dead through dark and evil magical rituals. Other stories and tales have also existed in Haiti, much different than the ones mentioned above, far more sinister with strong indications of dark evil forces being involved. In Haiti, it's not uncommon to hear about individuals who had been deceased for months yet were brought back to life. These individuals, remembering nothing about their past, but having some recollection about the bokor and the ritual that was done to bring them back. Their families warned not to mention anything about the individual's past and not to let them know they had died and were brought back. Many years ago, there was an elderly man in Jordan who was known to be a very powerful practitioner of various spiritual arts. Upon visiting his home, you would hear a child crying, making the guests assume a baby was in the home, which was odd because the man's was very elderly. When asked if there was a baby in the home, he brought out a box with the corpse of a child in it. Astaghfirullah. The corpse was a vessel that held a child jinn who would cry for his mother. When the old practitioner wanted the jinn child to do his bidding, he would speak out, say, "If you do this," say what he wanted done, "I'll take you to your mother tomorrow." And with his command, he was able to move objects, have things brought to him, fight other practitioner, and do much more with this invisible force of a child jinn. The child's corpse never moved, it was just a vessel. This situation shows it may have been possible that the jinn was fooled into thinking the child corpse was part of it. This child jinn would be lied to about being taken back to its mother, yet being a child. It never caught on that it wouldn't be. Or perhaps it assumed one day it would be brought back to its mother. Similarly, the Haitian zombie that are brought back to life are not actually brought back. The corpse has an entity placed in it who then moves and talks, acting almost like that person who had passed away. They are not used for spiritual work, as the child jinn in the baby's corpse was, so the full focus of the entity is to be human-like by moving and talking, assuming the deceased body is part of them, hence why the past of the corpse cannot be mentioned in front of it. And Allah Subhanahu Wa'Tala knows best. The talks and stories about zombies being made or brought back to life certainly do not end in Haiti. In Tanah Toraja, Indonesia, it is said once upon a time, Torajan shamans use black magic rituals to make the dead walk to their grave to ease the transportation of the body to its burial site, which at times may have been on mountains. Such rituals are said to be no longer practiced. If this was in fact the case, then an entity was placed in the deceased body, and the body was not brought back to life, as similarly to the cases mentioned above. Haitian Voodoo is powerful and very dangerous, but when we have passed away, we have done exactly that. Our soul belongs to Allah Subhanahu Wa'Tala. We cannot sell it, give it, or have someone steal it. Regardless of how powerful and dangerous a form of magic can be, it cannot revive the dead by giving it true life and a soul, because this is the power of Allah Subhanahu Wa'Tala alone.